Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a fully base game house with a lake. This house is the one I've been talking about last two videos that I was going to release. This is a house, sort of house or a style of house I have never done before. Now I do a lot of Victorian and I also do a lot of houses on hills using the terrain tools, but this one is very different for one particular reason, and that is the color scheme. My Victorian houses tend to be very either white or very pastel-y colors, or blue or a pink, but this one here, this is the sort of house that I will see in real life and I will think that it is so beautiful that it verges on the edge of being ugly. Now, green and red, if you go on Google and you search for Victorian houses, you will see a lot in this particular style, which is like proper olds that have not been renovated, and they have this very strange color schemes. But I loved it. It was quite tricky because as I'm using Basegame, there are a lot of color swatches that are very different. The reds mainly are okay, so a red door will match a red roof trim or a red window, but the greens, they're all sort of different. So we did have to do a little bit of work there to make sure that everything is the same shade or the same color. Now, initially, I started building this house on a different lot. That lot was very narrow, but very long. But I then decided this house, it needs something as grand as the house itself. So the house being already 3 stories high, I wanted to make it look even taller. So we put it on a quite large hill that has a very grand walkway into the house. And then on the side of it, we are building a lake. Now this takes a lot of fiddling with, so there's a lot of parts that I cut out. Now, if you do see any objects, such as all of these bushes that you are not familiar with, those would be debug items. So those are items that are usually hidden in a special menu that the Sims team, uses to build the world, and with a handy little cheat, you can access it. You can just go on Google and search for it. And also there might be some paintings, those are not CC, those are gallery items. So a lot of creators on the gallery, they will create their own paintings and publish them, and they're one of a kind and they are stunning. So we do use them in pretty much every build because it allows you to really detail this house. A second ago you might have seen in the lake there's like these white squares, and you might have wondered what that is. Those are spawners. So in build mode, that is what it looks like, but in live mode, those spawn animals. So I put a few fish, I put 2 kinds of ducks, and there are also swans in this lake, which I think is very beautiful. At the end, I took quite a lot of screenshots with the swans just swimming around in the background, and I thought this house is pretty. I would love this house. Another thing that I did with this house is this floor. I made a parquet flooring. This floor does not look like that. I rotated each tile individually to make this parquet flooring sort of thing. I think it looks beautiful. I am a lover of parquet flooring. I would love to have that in my own house. Not like this style, maybe a little bit more modernized and not so like old looking. But for this house, I thought it was perfect because it is seen as a little bit outdated, but it is coming into fashion again. So I used it in this house. Now, I have built this house, I have to be honest, probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And since then, I have built so many houses that I am having a bit of a hard time remembering all of the things that I have included. But the ones I do remember is this is of course the sitting room. Then you've got downstairs also a playroom and a office. The house also has a toddler thing, so this house is good for toddlers. Then upstairs you've got, I do believe, is 6 bedrooms. There's child bedrooms and then there's one main bedroom. Here, see, this is another debug item. This is wonderful. This is Basegame, by the way. So you have access to this as well if you only have the Basegame. And those bushes, those are amazing as well. But we create a little path around the pond. You can do a lot of cool things. You have these kind of like pebble looking things. I did make them smaller than what they really are. And you also have big stone pavers, so if you're making a modern house, it will work as well. So you've got a little bit for both styles, which I thought was very good. Now, I do have to admit, I love this kitchen. It is not my style, but I did enjoy the end result of it, and I think it's pretty cool. Now, this house does have 2 extremely large porches because I thought, as we don't have much garden space because there is a huge pond, that you needed a lot of outdoor areas. So we've got sitting areas, you've got of course dining areas with barbecue, you've got jacuzzi downstairs. Every single skill building item I try to include in this house, because that is something that in The Sims 4, the base game, is still quite limited in the skill building items thing. There's not a lot that your Sims can do. Hopefully we will get more things to include. The Sims team every once in a while will include new furniture or stuff like that for the base game. I do wish they would include more activities for your Sims to do. So hopefully in the future we will get something, but this is the best I could do. Here you can see I'm bringing in the paintings, and here as well in this little playroom. I wanted to make it look really lived in. Instead of my usual very clean and neat thing, I wanted to make it a little bit messy and have a lot of toys around, like the kids had just been there and just had played and left the little toy cars and toy trains all over the place. I thought that was actually really cute. Now this house does have the new round walls thing. I have to say I do not like it. I do not like it. It is extremely glitchy and it makes it very, very, very hard to build. If you place an item, you have to put the camera in a certain angle so that you can pick up an item you have put in that room. It makes things extremely difficult for absolutely no reason. The ceilings, they glitch. I mean, it is pretty, yes, but it needs a good update to fix that. Also, I have gone on the gallery and I looked for painting numbers, and so I found these numbers on the door. Those are actually paintings, so I made them small. I put a picture frame or a picture on the behind of it, and so it looks like it is a door number. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do with just the base game, and of course with the help of the gallery you can, you know, do a lot of cool things. Now this here is I think my favorite room in the house is a little girl's bedroom, or a boy's, whatever. And they apparently like all of these toy figurines, so we really clutter everything up and we put a lot of detail and a lot of stuff everywhere. I think that one of the best things that you can do is clutter a lot. If it's just a base game, because you don't have a lot of things to begin with, Just put in as much as you can. Just, books and plants and lamps and just little knickknacks. Just put it like on view so that the room actually feels more full up. Have a breathe there. I have been very, very tired. In 1 week exactly, my children go back to school, which most parents, I would say, they are anxious for the kids to go back to school, but I am not one of those parents. I really enjoy having my kids home. And my youngest child, she's 11, and she's going to her first day in secondary school, which is quite daunting. And secondary school for Americans or Canadians or wherever, it's high school. And it has been quite a lot running around, buying uniform, and a lot of uniform restrictions of what type of shoes you need to buy. So we've been going out and about quite a lot, and not very fun. Oh, also, I clutter up a lot when I am building using debug items, because I just pull everything out of the menu and I put it on the floor, and then slowly I put it in each room that I want. So this here is, you've got 2 bedrooms more geared towards boys, more manly. One is more sciencey, which is this one, and the other one is sporty. So this one here, you have a lot of science posters, and they have a frog collection, and they have those My Little Sims trophies, I think they're called My Little Sims collectible things. And so they've got fossil, how'd you say in English? I think it's like that. I don't know. And cow plant paintings and a lot of things like that, like very intellectual. And then this sim is probably a little bit older, so they've got their own computer and they are into sports. They have quite a few trophies on bookshelves, no bookshelves, on shelves, quite a lot of trophies. So, I think that if you do download this, if this is not suited for your family, then you can of course change it. But if you do have a family like this, then this would be quite convenient. Now there are, like I said, as the princess room, the science boy, this one, the sporty boy. Then you've got a toddler's bedroom. It's quite small, but it's only for a toddler, so that is fine. And then you've got one bigger bedroom, which is inside of the other rounded room. That one is geared towards like a older teen or a young adult maybe. All of the bedrooms, they either have their own bathroom or they share a bathroom with the next bedroom, sort of like a Jack and Jill bathroom. So there's no shortage of bathrooms. I believe this house is 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, if I'm not wrong. So the house is very, very big. This lot is a 50 by 50, I think. And every single space is occupied. There's things everywhere. In an update a while ago, the Sims team, they released a little awning, and it's very beautiful. It has like flowers hanging from it. So I also put that on the garden, and a little table underneath, just like a cool place to chill out. And next to the pond, there's of course the hot tub or the jacuzzi. Just imagine sitting there, relaxing in the hot tub and seeing the little swans and the ducks. That would be very cool. The only bad thing about this house is the amount of stairs to get in and out of the house, because the house is very high up. If you come in through the back, there's one staircase, but through the main entrance, you either have to walk up a little makeshift ramp, or you have to go up quite a few staircases. So that's the only problem. that if you do work or go to school, it might take you a while to get downstairs. I've noticed that when I never played The Sims, but once I got to the high school years, I played for like a few minutes, and I noticed how easier it is to have a smaller house so that you can get downstairs quicker. But here is the house. By the way, I wanted some decoration on top of like the turrets. We don't have any, so I made urns, like places where you put ashes, very big, and I put on top of the roof to make it look like a little ball decoration. I thought it was a good idea, and don't tell me that you can look and know that that is an urn. It just looks like any other kind of roof decoration. Anyways, this is the house. I hope you enjoy it. Keep tuned, because I have been building a lot of base game houses as well, and I also just finished building Central Perk, the cafe from Friends, so that one is coming up on the channel soon as well. If you want to download this or any other of my builds, then you can of course find me on the gallery using hashtag simsdesigns or hashtag simsdesignsyt. Please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!